Hello again. I thought I would do another video following my presentation that I did earlier this week about Century Black Lives. There's been some amazing feedback from individuals who have um, expressed that they didn't know a lot of the stuff that I talked about in the video for the experiences for a lot of Black professionals, and I'm truly thankful for those who have given feedback and wanted clarity and realized the role in recognizing the plight and the collective trauma and grief that a lot of Black professionals have been enjoying this last few days. What I wanted to do with this video was to round it out by talking about sincerely how we move it forward. So let me raise one of the concerns for myself. There have been a number of videos and statements released by organizations who have declared that they really empathize with the universal, because this is not just the UK, this is not just the USA. We're seeing protests in across Europe, in France and Germany, and further afield, where individuals are having a sense of alignment. But I think it's really important that beyond these social media kind of statements, beyond these messages of alignment, that we think about how we're going to move it forward. And so here's what I'm going to suggest people shouldn't do. And I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart. If you don't honestly feel that you have to put out a statement around the issue that has been raised as an organization, no matter what size you are, don't do it. Don't just do it because you are thinking it's a good thing to do for PR and it looks really good for your organization. Save yourself that embarrassment and save us the embarrassment of having to call you out on that as well, because the reality is if you are going to put out a statement about an understanding of the plight of what a lot of Black people are going through, not just with police brutality, but across the board, you have to be able to put and say with your chest, what are you going to do as an organization around your talent management, around your supply chain, around the way you deal with your graduate programs, and all those things that are tangential or are a part of the actual Black experience. And if you don't know, heck, there are loads of us out there who can work with you, who can think about crafting not just a statement to say that you align with what's actually happening in terms of the brutality and the mistreatment of Black across the board, but also thinking about how you can move forward. How can we work with you on the culture piece? How can we work with you around talent management, which is hiring, which is succession, which is your employment resource groups or business resource groups or whatever affinity group is about being able to tap into your supply chain. Because if you really are going to put out a statement, walk your talk. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And for many years, and for many of us in the community, we are thankful. I'm not going to say that we're grateful, because that grateful just sounds like we're going to come out there so often. Oh my God, we're so grateful that you have been able to put out these. No, we're thankful. We're thankful that after many years of raising these issues, after many years of raising the fact that there are disparities in health and in the legal system and in education, and more importantly here in our employment, finally people are waking up to it. But if you're going to do that, be genuine. Be honestly genuine, because I'm going to tell you now, there are lots of people who are very emotive now, and we will rip your brand to shreds. We will. If you're going to go and put out these statements now, and we look on your website at your leadership teams, and we look at your recruitment policies, and we look at the way that you have treated your customers and your supply chain, and you aren't following it through, trust me, with the tools of social media that we have now, people will take you to task. So for me, why not get it right to begin with? Don't just release a statement just because it's about getting something out there for quick PR or publicity. Talk to the individuals who are on the ground, who are doing this work day in, day out, who can advise you about how we can make sure that we put these things in place, how it aligns with your strategy, how it aligns with the direction you want to take your culture, how it aligns with the images and the narrative that you want to have about your supply chain being even more diverse. We would rather you shut up and stay in the corner and didn't do anything rather than tick a box just to make sure that it looks good for publicity. So I'm putting it out there. I'm here. There are many other individuals in my network who are both wise or more experienced in this space around doing this. And we can definitely have a conversation and point you. And trust me, it's going to be paid. Don't think this is coming for free. Nobody wants to do this for exposure. This is what we do for a living. This is how we are working towards making sure that senior teams and then, as a result, that the middle teams and others can pick up on the narrative and move forward with it. And yes, we will sit down and make sure that we will hold you accountable to it as well. This isn't a one-off. This is a journey like any other metric, like any other process that you have around developing culture and the subsequent result of diversity, equality, inclusion, and all the other parts of talent management and leadership in a business. This is something that is an investment in time, energy, and effort. I'm saying this so that I save you the shame and embarrassment of going out there and getting it wrong. So, as I say, if you want to be able to be in touch, if you want to continue the conversation, you can talk to me. You can talk to people in your community. You can talk to the suppliers. You can talk to other people who have experience in that. But please do it because it's honest. Do it because you're doing it out of integrity and authenticity, not just because you want to tick a box. And let's take this pivotal moment and really move it forward for what we want essentially to be a better world. Thank you for listening. If you have any comments, I am more than happy to take them. All the best.